Went to bed last night asking God about the rapture and to give me understanding, to give me a dream, to give me something. Like the other night I had a dream where I woke up thinking about 1977. Okay, that led me down some rabbit holes, and you can watch those videos. I can post them over here. Last night, the same thing happened, and I heard 1938. Actually, I heard like a time period, like how you would have like from 1995 to 2000, something like that with a hyphen. I saw that, but I couldn't make out the first part of the numbers of the years. I only got the last part, which was 1938. So I just kept thinking 1938, 1938. Okay, so didn't have anything else really to make it to give me understanding about it. This morning I did some research about it and noticed that in 1938, and here let me explain. I am not knowledgeable with history stuff. Okay, that's not like my thing. So when I woke up, I'm like 1938. I wasn't thinking like, oh, it's we were at the brink of World War II, um, and the whole stuff with Hitler and the Jews and Nazis and all of that, right? Did not know that until I looked it up this morning. Well, made me think about all kinds of things, kind of like what's going on in today's current events and how it's kind of similar. Um, and could we be at the brink of World War III? Maybe, possibly. Maybe that's what's going to happen next week, not the rapture. I don't know. But also, what kind of brought me to a thought actually this afternoon, I looked up some more stuff about 1938, and it brought me to the Orson Wells War of the Worlds hysteria. And I totally had forgotten about it. I didn't know. I mean, I've known about it, but I just didn't know it happened around 1938. So I did a little bit of research about it, and I'm thinking like, whoa, okay, okay. So my brain kind of goes on the whole idea of like, okay, Lord, are you warning me or to so I can make this video to let people know, hey, okay, quote unquote, deception is coming. Um, and again, I'm just sharing a dream with you all. You can take it, receive it. I always say, by Holy Spirit, right? By Holy Spirit. And as I started thinking more and more about this, I was thinking, like, okay, well, what did happen? Well, basically, this man, Orson Wells, who is an actor, in the media, this was like after the whole depression and all of that. Again, I'm not going to give you all the history information because I'm not knowledgeable in a lot of that. So it was going to be aired kind of like another show because he had his Orson Welles show and people would gather around the radio and listen to his stories. Well, apparently the way that he not filmed, recorded this, or it was a live broadcast. Interesting, right? Which is interesting because we find ourselves on YouTube, right, watching live broadcasts. And a lot of times, we sit around our TVs and watch live news. Not many people are doing that anymore, but a lot of us will go to YouTube and watch our news, or Twitter or wherever. So this happened around Halloween, so it was around October 30th. At wherever he was recording it at the theater where they did the CBS broadcasting radio programs, and he made a recording adaptation out of the H.G. Wells 1898 novel, The War of the Worlds. And he just made it where it was like a breaking news thing, and people, they tuned in and they literally thought that there was an alien invasion, like Mars, as Martians. Martians came from Mars and invaded the Earth. Um, Now, some people knew that it was, they didn't believe it, but then there was a small amount of people. So let's say that six people, I mean, not six people, let's say that 6 million people tuned in to this broadcast. 1 million probably thought it was real, to the point where they were just like freaking out. Okay. And it made me think about the whole idea of like, if a rapture was to be faked, how would that happen, right? Would we start hearing live reports that people are missing? Or, I don't know. It's just, you just start to think about things like that. It's like, so here we are. And then we're like looking around, the people that are believers were like, well, I guess we didn't get taken. Like, what happened? I thought, oh, maybe it was just 144,000, or, oh, maybe it was just, whatever, right? We can start saying, or it could be some sort of, right, alien invasion. I don't know. I'm just saying, it made me think because of the dream that I had last night, and where I audibly heard 1938 along with another year. Also, it was like I said, it was like a hyphen, like a timeline of like these from this time to 1938. And so, but 1938 is the one thing that stuck out. Anyway, again, I'm just sharing these things, okay? I'm sharing these dreams. I'm thinking, you know, I don't want to be deceived. I don't want you to be deceived. I want us to be very sensitive to Holy Spirit, and to um, to ask the questions, which, by the way, I was watching a video and I'll post it right here. I really like how he explains it, and where he talks about like this, it's all over. It's predictive programming. It's just all over the place. And of this 923. And that to me has made me think, I'm like, okay, why is Hollywood flashing September 23rd or September 22nd, September 24th, or a variation of these numbers? Why is Hollywood doing this? Okay, so now I'm suspicious. I'm wondering. I'm like, okay, what's really going on? And so now I have my antennas up, and I'm like, all right, Holy Spirit, show me, show me, So what I've been receiving these past few nights with the 1977 that led me to those weird Illuminati cards, to um in the song, the Sammy Hagar song, to last night, this what is it? I can't even say War of the Worlds. I was going to say War on the Worlds, War of the Worlds. I don't know. Let's just be very cautious, be very careful, and as always, seek the Lord for your answers, and the Lord will give it to you. Okay? The Holy Spirit. So make sure that you are in tune with the Holy Spirit. All right, that's it. And I take care, and I'll probably, or not probably, but I never know. I never know. I might come back tomorrow with another dream and see what happens tonight when I dream. All right, take care. Bye bye.